in Thailand. It's illegal to have sex for money in public. See, that's the deal. In public. In private, it doesn't matter. So, and the definition of private is the curtain, right? To pull the curtain, it's fine. So just be understanding, if you're a guy who wants to do that, that's available to you down there. Thai women, very much like Western men, very open to it. So yeah, that's Thailand.
It's not that Thailand is beautiful country. It's about cheap sex and where the demand and the supply meet.
We're talking about thousands of children. We're talking about young children. We're talking about children 12 and under.
Obviously, Thailand, very open in terms of sexuality, sex culture. You can get laid anywhere with some cash, though. Viking gnome, dude. 100% true. 100% true.
Hello there. Here at Weasel Mindset, we're here to show you who the weasels are.
Obviously, Laos, really good, really undeveloped. If you're like wanting to go out there and do whatever drugs you want, not that I said that, not that that's legal. I'm just saying it, maybe people are looking the other way.
We came out with the Johnny Somali Documentary. There's a segment in the film. It's a 10-minute segment in an hour 36-minute documentary talking about legal mindset.
The more I looked into legal mindset, the weirder it seemed to get.
Are people not going on dates and having sex in Korea? People are f***ing, let me tell you. And if you guys want to find that out, come over and visit Seoul. We'll have a good time.
So he made a video. Alex Novell is a liar like Johnny Somali.
Alex Novell is a liar like Johnny Somali. As a figure on the internet, you need to accept the fact that people are going to say bad things about you. And people say bad and untrue things about me all the time. And routinely, I do ignore those. However, this one is malicious. And because it was concocted in such deep collaboration with Somali's people, this deserves to be called out and deserves to be dismissed as well.
So I'll say it right here and now. There's no collaboration between me and Johnny Somali's Discord. Short of me going in there and saying, hey, do you guys have this VOD?
These malicious accusations are that I committed crimes against minors and that I committed revenge porn, both of which are serious crimes, felonies, for which I would be behind bars. I'd be locked up. I'd have an arrest record. I'd be going to court. I'd be extradited because extradition, that is removal from a country, is very much on the table in every country I've lived in: South Korea, Philippines, Thailand.
I think that that's such a interesting rebuttal to be like, if this were true, I would be in big trouble. Do you know how many people in Florida are constantly getting away with, like, few cases end up in Florida courts? Using state court data we obtained through public information requests, the data shows since 2017, less than 800 people have been criminally charged with violating Florida's cyber sexual harassment law in Florida. So that's just already pretty easily debunked. It's very common for people to go to the police and for the police not to take them seriously, and then a report doesn't end up getting filed, or the police do not take a report.
Now, who is this person? Alex Novell. He is a wannabe director who is a Somali fan. He is a Somali sympathizer. He wants to paint Somali in a sympathetic light.
Obviously, I didn't paint Johnny Somali in a sympathetic light, but my goal here is not to paint Johnny in a sympathetic light. My goal is to paint a honest picture of the situation, which is what I did in the entire film, is that I showed all of the things that everyone hates about him. I showed the ways he's not sorry, and I also showed the way that people are profiting off of his content.
This is the entire thing that I figured out about him early on, and I learned about him early on, and the exact reason why I turned him down. And ever since I turned him down, way back in March, ever since I shot him down.
So this is the case that Legal Mindset's going to make here, is that he turned me down, and I was so down bad. I was so upset that Daddy Legal Mindset turned me down for an interview that I fabricated allegations about it. Something that I have if you look at my channel, pretty much every single one of my videos is painting an honest portrait of a person. It's like, this stuff never changes, man. These guys who are always like the worst dudes, they want to attack my credibility because I've exposed something about them that they would rather not get out there. So, Legal Mindset wants to say there's all these parallels between me and Johnny Somali. What I would pose is, Legal Mindset, there's a lot of parallels between you and a guy named Alan Dershowitz. I don't know if you've ever heard of Alan Dershowitz.
I don't think Dershowitz lies. Does he state actual facts and draw inferences from them, which I think are incorrect? Absolutely.
I mean, Johnny, Ice, Alan Dershowitz, Legal Mindset, all of these people allegedly lie for a living. Specifically lawyers, though. It's their job to take facts and draw inferences from them that are, support their case, let's say.
Like rejecting a prom date. He never got over that. And because of that, he has come up with all sorts of fictitious stuff for the past couple months, culminating in what is the worst defamation that I've seen, period, and the craziest lies, which we're going to debunk today. But just to go through the record and give you some background, because some of you may not know, this is when he contacted me back in March. And he was saying he was going to film a documentary on Johnny. And I said, hey, listen, I'm not in Korea right now. I was in Thailand. He wanted me to do an in-person interview. I couldn't do that. I said, hey.
No, I asked him to do an interview over video, but that's fine.
I'm not going to do a in-person interview, but what I'll do is if you submit me written questions, I will answer them, and I'll do it by video or audio, either one.
No, that's not what you said. You said you would be willing to do it video or audio, either one. You said I would be willing to send over audio responses to written questions. To act like he turned me down after I asked and then I fabricated all these things about him is such fucking cope. When, bro, I reached out to you on the 21st of March, and the day before that was when I recorded the call with the victim.
How someone can feel entitled to an interview. I owe this individual or any individual on the internet nothing. I don't have to give my work and my time away for free, not a second of my time. I am asked for interviews all the time. I have people that want to come on my channel and people that ask me to come on their channels. I rarely do interviews because my time is so limited.
Your time is so limited, bro? Then why did you fucking go live on Meme Copium's channel just because this dude's a glazer of yours?
She was wild.
Look at you were live for 1 hour and 30 minutes on bro's channel 2 months ago. You're so busy. This guy's channel, Meme Copium? Yeah, this guy, Meme Copium. Meme Copium. Whatever.
And unless someone is willing to compensate me for that time, I'm sorry, I'm just not willing to do that. But
documentaries don't pay people for interviews. How many times do I have to explain this to people like Johnny and people like fucking Hank and anyone who asks me for money that I'm not going to give you money for an interview. That's not the way filmmaking works. Why do you think you're owed money? Why do you not understand that you have made $250,000 in super chats covering Johnny Somali? It's like, why is everyone so okay with people being so financially motivated like this on the internet?
There was no offer of compensation. Not that I would have believed him in the first place because he's lied to everybody else. But beyond that, I discovered when I did a bit of research on this dude that he is a bad faith actor, that he is someone who lies to everyone and then tries to get him with gotcha questions, things we've seen in the mainstream media, things we see all the time where people will try to get you.
You see him getting like triggered because he hates the mainstream media.
And that's not what I was going to have with him, and that's not what I was going to allow. He didn't like that, so he proceeded to threaten me. And ever since then, he's been crazed about...
I proceeded to threaten him. Here's the threatening DM. Andrew, I'm going to cover your history quite frankly in this film. I urge you one last time to make comment on some of the questions I have for you. Otherwise, I will be showing our DM conversation in the film to illustrate your ambivalence to answering any questions.
And he's got this friend or foe mentality. You're either with him or you're against him. So he tries to be buddy-buddy with you at first. And then as soon as you turn on him, he's your worst enemy. He tries to dock.
As soon as you turn on him. Are you talking about your friend Gabe Salgado that you sent to my screening?
He was back here asking about me back in April. Here's him talking about documents, saying some of these, I believe, are traffic related. So he's accusing me of trafficking. That is human trafficking. Back in April with
No. It's traffic violations. Traffic is spelled with a K. I said some of these I believe are traffic related, but there's one criminal. Bro, you're a lawyer. You're a lawyer, bro. What? I'm saying traffic is spelled with a K. Traffick. I spelled traffic because I found like your parking tickets. God, bro, you're so dumb. Lawyer BTW.
Even back then in April, he was looking into me and looking into things. And this contradicts his own narrative. You're going to see why. Here he is in the highest level chat. Now, those that are aware of the Somali coverage, you know, the Somali intelligence agency, that is the highest level of the pirate gang of the Somali followers. And these people, this chat has several fake legal mindset accounts. They've been trying to dox me and do nasty fake stuff on me for the last.
Okay. And I said, anyone in here have links to old Goey's Gentleman videos where he teaches men how to pick up women? I'm in a lot of Discords, and that's what he'll find if he continues to look into me on Discord. Is I'm in a lot of Discord servers. I definitely am. Am I in there casually? No. The only Discord I'm ever casually hanging out in is my own with the people who are the fucking W members. I'm only ever in Johnny's Discord if I'm asking for something. And the Johnny fans who have seen me in there would know, they're like, every time this motherfucker comes around, he's asking us for something.
He is, in fact, collaborating to this day with the Somali Discord, threatening to dox people, threatening to expose people. He's been in that community, in that group, tight as thieves with these people since months ago and remains there to this day, which is pretty insane for someone who claims to be objectively covering this. The other thing is he submitted this report here. This is a Freedom of Information Act request related to me. He tried to submit this on April 6, 2025. So this day is very, very, very important because Mr. Novell, Mr. Alex Novell claims, I just started looking into you just recently. Just out in June 20th. I just started looking at you. No. He's had this hate boner for me going since April, late March. He's been coming after me, trying to get me ever since I turned him down. The second I turned him down, he flipped on me. But that's not his story. In fact, he tries to pretend that this was something that came up more recently. Let's watch the documentary and the proof from his own documentary where he lies. Once again, he starts out talking about me.
And start to look into who Legal Mindset is. I got this phone call. What date is the phone call?
So this is a mistake. I put June 20th. It was March 20th. I was just editing this in June. I put 06 instinctively because I've been used to typing June. I don't think the date of the call really has any bearing on the situation, though.
Now, why does he do this? Well, he appears to hold some extreme political beliefs. I think he thinks I'm some sort of political opponent of his, even though I've tried to be, at least for the last year, apolitical.
You've tried to be apolitical for the past year, bro. Oh my God. I didn't know. This guy's tried to be apolitical for the past year, guys. He's covering like woke Disney. She Won't Surrender, Gina Carano versus Disney case update. I'm sure that's not political at all, bro. Smash JT legally dunks on Alyssa Mercanti. Yeah, this is not political. Covering Gamergate and Alyssa Mercante, it's not political, guys. Wait, actively chasing Hassan-affiliated haters. This is so funny.
So he's actively chasing Hassan-affiliated haters to try to get clout. You can see this. He immediately pinned this Empanada dude. I don't know who the hell this guy is, but I know he's Hassan-affiliated. I don't watch him or whatever else, but he's Hassan-affiliated here. So he's trying to chase that clout, and you can also see that in his tags where he tags Hassanabi.
I didn't at Hassan in the video. I put him in the tags on the video, which like this. Look at this guy's tags. He's got Legal Mindset, Johnny Somali. He tags stuff. You put tags on the video based on what the content of the video is.
To film yourself on
so
a camera,
like
IRL.
in this film, there's a scene that includes Hassan.
Yes, I hate him. I hate Hassan. I think he's the fakest dude I've ever seen. He's a
Like, is this bait for Hassan, or is it just talking about the overall climate of streaming and like Twitch versus Kick and like summing things up in like a minute-long sequence? No, I must just be trying to bait him into watching.
In literally the video tag. So he's trying to clout chase off that.
I also put fucking Moist Critical in the tags because I have a bunch of clips of him in there.
Trying to clout jack off of that. Now, a funny thing is, he doesn't even get his facts straight. For someone that is this serious documentarian, he is so obsessed with me. And I live so rent-free in this guy's head. He hates me so much that when he thinks Vitaly, he thought Vitaly was in Thailand. Well, bro, I hate.
I didn't think Vitaly was in Thailand, bro. Let me explain to you what happened here. Obviously, when I wrote this, it wasn't supposed to be Vitaly's face there. It was supposed to be Suspenda's face there. But when I was editing this, I was like, well, it doesn't look as good with Johnny, Ice, and Suspenda's. It's like, who is Suspenda's? I don't even really talk about that. Vitaly is a lot more recognizable, and it's the first 42 seconds of the film. So what I did was I just swapped out Suspenda's face with Vitaly. Is it technically a mistake to have him in Thailand? Sure, it's like technically a mistake. But it's more so just about like showing these recognizable streamer faces than it is about like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think that that's such an egregious error.
So let's talk about the call. Now, this is the main quote unquote evidence that he brings out against me. Now, he alleges this to come out of nowhere, right? And it's because my phone number is out on the internet. It is so wild. And there's so much tinfoil to believe that somebody that I would have known a decade ago is following a nobody, nothing YouTube channel that's got no views and somehow.
Like that incarnate is how this guy sees people on the internet.
It is so wild. And there's so much tinfoil to believe that somebody that I would have known a decade ago is following a nobody, nothing YouTube channel that's got no views and somehow decides to call you all out of nowhere. Yeah, no. The Occam's razor, and we're getting into Novell's razor here, but the easiest thing is this was the Somali Discord, right? Now, whether or not...
The easiest thing is, I don't think you've proven that, though. I don't think you've proven that I'm in collaboration with Johnny's Discord at all. I think you've just proven that I've asked them for clips in there. That I've just asked them for clips that I couldn't find publicly.
I have zero criminal record. My record's completely clean. The only thing is I was a victim. So literally trying to change a victim.
This guy is a victim. You know what I mean? Like when I look at him, wait, we got to change it to victim mindset. Victim mindset.
Into a criminal, insane stuff. And it's a fun fact of this. Now, while this is not confirmed, it is speculated by one Johnny Somali. You can check out his X account. But he did identify a member of the a female member of the Somali Discord with a history of fake calls. She's mentally ill. She's been seen in videos snorting meth. And she's a little bit of a fascist. She's a little bit of a fascist who has done this in the past, created several fake calls to frame people, libel people, etc. Now, that's not to say it's her. It may not be her, but all it is to say is
she denied it. I mean, it's not her. I can tell you guys it's not her. Like, I tweeted that it's not her. But, like, even if you don't believe me about that, she also denied it. And I'll show you my DMs with her on Twitter. I don't know how you dragged into this. I don't know you at all. Fuck all these pedos trying to obfuscate. And she said, I know, we've literally never met, interacted, or spoken. I'm so sorry about all this. I said, not your fault, LOL. And she said, yeah, man, I don't know. People got a hate hard on for me. I said, thanks for coming out and saying it's not you, because it's fucking not. And she said, this is me. And she sent me the picture of her with the Nazi sign. She's not the person in the call. And if you were to hear the call uncensored, you know it's not her. But yeah, I don't know this person. Here she says, this is a smear campaign. Please ignore all claims made by the individual's legal mindset and or Johnny Somali. I don't know either of these entities or persons. Leave me out of your dumb, pathetic straw manning and leave Johnny alone as well. Pathetic. So yeah, like, this girl denied it. I deny it. I mean, she's not the one in the call. You know what I mean? Do you guys think that I just haven't been in touch with the victim in all of this? That like that was the only time I talked to her and it was like a clandestine operation and then I never spoke to her again? This girl's reached out to me and been like, I'm horrified.
There's no verification on who this person is. This person could be anybody, but all we know is, and all I know is, it's completely fake because the facts of this call do not line up with reality at all. Let's talk about that. And by the way, this is the same.
Let's talk about that. Cuts to this.
Same group. Remember, Somali's Discord is very adept at creating fake stuff. They've created deep fakes all the time. They've created fake calls.
They're very adept at creating fake stuff, Johnny's Discord. Johnny's Discord is filled with like edgelords and incels. Like he gives them so much credit here for being like technological geniuses. Like, bro, may I refer you to your own commenter here, the dude who commented on my thing. Where is he? Come on, where is the old man? There he is. Big Daddy 0614. Alex just destroyed his reputation beyond repair. No one will take him serious for defending Johnny. I put him there with Carl Jobst now. Legal Mindset hearts this guy's comment. Let's go to his channel. This guy must be so technologically advanced, Big Daddy's showroom, that he's able to make these AI porns of Chloe Grace Moretz. These are the people who support. They made her pregnant! They made her pregnant. They made her pregnant. These are the guys who support Legal Mindset. These are the Legal Mindset fans. Let's see what other AOC AI Beauty. This is so wrong. Like, what is this?
I saw you in your wedding gown, the princess dress. I came through the...
What is this, man? What? But these are Legal Mindset's fans. He's like, Johnny Somali's Discord's filled with some of the smartest technological geniuses on the internet. For making goon material. Like, your viewers are making goon material too, bud, and theirs is a lot more cringe.
But beyond that, this wouldn't make much sense because they're claiming, oh, you met on Tinder. Well, Tinder was 18 plus at age verification as of the year before. So that would be something logistically that wouldn't simply happen. But let's go.
Tinder was age verification and 18 plus. Tinder introduced age verification in 2020. This all happened in 2017. Bro, what? This all happened in 2017. 2016 to 2017. And he's acting like it was impossible to be underage on Tinder. Like, bro, there are so many people, like my sister's age, who would, like, try to buy weed on Tinder when they were in high school and stuff like that. Like, it's just, like, unbelievable levels of coke from this guy trying to obfuscate, allegedly.
Beyond that, they say they reported in Gainesville to the cops revenge porn. So once again, the accusation accusing me of revenge porn, saying they reported it to the cops with links, screenshots.
I don't think they said they reported it. They said, I went to the cops with everything I had, links, screenshots, a whole damn folder. They acted like they were taking it seriously, but nothing ever happened. Does that mean that they made a report? Or does that mean that they acted like they were taking it seriously, but then nothing ever happened?
Folders, all this stuff. Let me give you a little lesson on sunshine law. Alex Novell filed a Freedom of Information Act request. It's right here. Florida, we have something called sunshine law. And I'm a little bit of an expert in that because I represented cities and counties and special districts. In fact, it's on the public record all across of Florida where I represented tons of special districts. I talk about Celebration. I talk about Reedy Creek. I talk about Bonnet Creek, all the other ones that I publicly represented for years and years and years and years and years. And I am a bit of an expert on that and a bit of an expert on what you have to turn over. And the whole reason why we have the Florida Man meme, for those that don't know, is because Florida has to turn over everything. Mugshots, arrest records, stories, everything. So all these Florida Man stories come out because our sunshine laws.
Stories. So that's where he's made a mistake here, you guys. The police don't turn over stories. That's not, if someone goes to the police station and there's not a paper report that's filed, the police don't write down, well, Jennifer came in today and she accused this person and she didn't end up filing a report. That's the story. That's not... Just such facepalm, bro.
Everything out. So if there was any arrest record, any mugshot, any photo, anything in Florida, it would come out. All of that would come out. So either this didn't happen or it didn't happen. There's no other.
Either this didn't happen or it didn't happen. More than 90% of sexual assault victims on college campuses do not report the assault. That's pretty crazy. Rape is the most underreported crime. The prevalence of false reporting is between 2 and 10%. Very low.
Way around that. There's no, but then no. That thing is a lie because any interaction with police would generate a police report. In fact,
that's not true. Not every interaction with police generates a police report. What are you talking about?
Police report, which Alex Novell later relies upon for my victim statement, because once again, I was robbed, right? My victim statement report was actually taken by a bike cop.
Your victim statement was taken by a bike cop? I don't think that that's true. I think you filed the report online. No, it's an online report. It says the IP address. It says the IP address right there where the report was filed from. So why did he say a bike cop took his report when he himself filed the report via this IP address? See, it says case report there, the name of the file, when I got it from the FOIA. This one says online report. It was filed over the internet. It was not filed in person. The way the report's structured in when an officer writes the report, it says at 28 hours, I, Officer Bustamante, was dispatched to Central Boulevard to reference found property where I met this person who stated the following. Versus this police report says, at 8:22 p.m., I found my car in the exact same spot as I last left it. I entered the car.
It makes no sense whatsoever. There is the same what-if evidence. There's the same what-if evidence to say, what if Alex Novell did 9/11? What if legal...
What if I did, bro? It would be like that. It would be like if someone found a backpack with my cell phone and documents at 9/11. Or at a shed across the street from 9/11, and they'd be like, what was your backpack and documents doing here? You're a kindergartner in Florida.
Because not only is there no facts behind it, but it makes no sense even internally. If someone wanted to destroy a cell phone or hide a cell phone, you just wipe the cell phone, or you toss it in the Everglades. You go out to Alligator Alcatraz, you toss it out there.
Invoking Alligator Alcatraz, not political. Apolitical, by the way. Apolitical. Loves Alligator Alcatraz.
And no one would ever find it. It doesn't even make sense within the story for someone trying to, quote unquote, hide a cell phone. But the reality...
Doug, I didn't say that you were trying to hide the cell phone. I said I don't know how the phone ended up in some random person's shed. And I said I don't know why you didn't report... I don't know why you didn't report the phone and backpack missing if you reported you reported fucking... spare change, let's see, parking pass, some pass, car charger, loose change, CD collection, chewing gum, and a prescription for allergy medicine. But you forgot to mention your phone and your backpack. That is the part that's weird to me, that you're not addressing here. We're 22 minutes in.
What he is that the backpack that was taken from my car and the cell phone were actually my work cell phone, which was extremely limited and locked down. I couldn't do anything with that phone. It was a brick. It was only for my long distance meetings when I would have to...
Wouldn't you have to report the work phone missing too? I mean, are you saying that your employer filed a police report about the missing phone as well so that they could file an insurance claim and get another phone?
Florida, and I didn't want to use my data or anything else, so I would use this work phone. I had this work phone, and those were about maybe once or twice a month. So I really only had this limited use work phone that was pretty completely useless. Even my boss would message me on my personal phone, would text me on my personal phone because they knew I never checked that phone. And my backpack was full of meeting minutes. Meeting minutes are meetings, government meeting, agenda, all the documents, which I would have in digital form as well, so I could read them on my phone. But I would have a physical copy because a lot of people wanted to see I was reading and making notes, and they didn't want me to look at my phone because they thought I might be playing a game or texting or not paying attention. So I would, out of politeness, always have a paper copy and be fully focused on the meeting at the time, taking notes with the paper copies. Of course, they weren't necessary as we had backups. So what happened was, in reality, my car was broken into. I noticed my SunPass was gone, so I reported that and some other minor stuff that was taken. And I didn't even notice the backpack was gone because, frankly, I didn't care.
You didn't care, so you didn't notice it was gone because you didn't care. But you did care that chewing gum, you reported that chewing gum was taken. Like, it's crazy to me. This is a really weird thing to say. Like, you noticed that chewing gum was missing, but not your backpack, because you didn't care about the backpack like you cared about the chewing gum?
These meetings didn't happen very often, and I really didn't care about that work phone or the useless paperwork. It was...
But you cared about the chewing gum?
Only when it was found 4 days later that I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, that got taken. That's fine. 4 days later, I didn't...
I mean... It clearly belonged to him if it had his name on it, it was the cops were able to identify that it was his phone in the other police report. Just seems weird to me, which is what I said in the film. I just said, this seems weird to me. I just don't understand how his cell phone, backpack, and legal paperwork ended up in some random person's shed. And that he didn't report it when 4 days before he had filed a police report about stuff that had gone missing from his car. He's clearly very thorough when it comes to filing his own police reports. Why didn't he mention the phone or the backpack?
Need it at all during that period of time. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't anything that was important. So that what if is absolutely the biggest ridiculousness of all. And it's part of Novell's erasure, what we call Novell's erasure, where he takes
W handwriting, bro.
this thing where I am the victim. I'm the person that was victimized.
I'm the victim.
And changes into me being some 5-star criminal, which is absolutely insane. And it's insane because, well, there's no proof. Not only was he not able to prove anything, but at the end of the day, I've cleared global entry background check. I've cleared multiple visa background checks, and I'm still licensed in active.
You know who else cleared global entry background check? Do you know who else was able to leave the country? Let me tell you a story about a Polish friend, another Polish person who did a little bit of fucking bad stuff. Anybody know about Roman Polanski? In 1977, Polanski was arrested and charged with drugging and raping a 13-year-old girl. As a result of a plea bargain, he pled guilty to a lesser offense of unlawful sex with a minor. In 1978, he learned that the judge planned to reject his plea deal and impose a prison term instead of probation. He fled to Paris.
I've got nothing to hide. And beyond that, guys, as we're going to end here, the coverage is not going to stop. What Johnny Somali and Alex Novell want me to do is stop covering Johnny Somali. But despite their best effort and their malicious lies, I will continue to cover Ramsey Khalid Ismail, Johnny Somali until his conviction. And I'll always give you the full and honest truth. Until next time.
Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. Let's talk about Go East Gentleman. He doesn't really talk about those allegations in the video because it makes him look bad. He deleted the Passport Bros video. He deleted all of his lives as well. But luckily, I saved everything.
Welcome to Go East. And as always, this is a channel where we help men escape the collapsing West for the East. Now, we're going to be talking about a certain movement that has blown up on the internet that's gotten out there. That's right, it's the Passport Bros. Now, don't worry, I'll explain everything, but this is going to be a controversial one. I'm certain this is going to be clipped. So stay tuned here. And by the way, if you like this content, smash the like button so that YouTube knows that we can pass this in the algorithm and it can get spread to other people out there looking for the same information.
But like this is the reality of it, is that dude's talking about these countries like they're his own personal playground.
Malaysia is probably one of the best countries ever, particularly because English is the working language. They do actually have legalized ladies in the night, although if you're a guy who doesn't want to partake in that and you're partaking in traditional dating culture, might be a little more difficult for you, right? In Thailand, it's illegal to have sex for money in public. See, that's the deal. In public. In private, it doesn't matter. So, and the definition of private is the curtain, right? To pull the curtain, it's fine. So just understand if you're a guy who wants to do that, that's available to you down there. Thai women, very much like Western men, very open to it. So yeah, that's Thailand.
He talks about Cambodia, he talks about Laos, but he singles out Thailand as the place to go for prostitution. When the facts of the matter are that in Thailand, 4 in every 10 prostitutes is a child. And so really what this is a dog whistle to is to his viewers who want to go do that. Why doesn't he address any of that? He just privately deletes those videos and then calls me a liar. He talks about what's great about each country. He's reviewing what's great about each of these Asian countries. When he gets to Thailand, the one thing he has to say is how good the sex workers are in a country that the FBI is advising people not to visit. Everybody on the internet is so confused about me. You guys think that I do this for money. You guys think that I make these documentaries because I want money or I want clout or I want attention, because you can't understand in your brain why someone would go through this much effort to make something. I want to just make content in general that makes people like feel good and have a smile on their face, not like be like rushing to say something mean in the comments. I'll leave you with that.